This Breakfast Club interview is single-handedly responsible for ruining these dudes' career and destroying their life mission, a thing they've been building for the last 10 years. We covered this controversy in the past, but the update is even worse than the original controversy. So the original controversy is EYL went on the Breakfast Club and they critiqued the city of Atlanta for not giving them millions of dollars towards their events, right? They claim, yo, we bring this really, really, really great event to the city of Atlanta. It benefits the city of Atlanta because people are coming in. They're, they're shopping at these restaurants. They're shopping at the mall. They're renting out the hotels. They're coming to our event and they're spending a lot of money, but yet the city of Atlanta is not giving us money to help towards our event. That's for profit, by the way. And people felt like this was like completely off base. Like these are multimillionaires who throw an event that grossed them millions of dollars, yet they're asking the city to use taxpayer funds to help fund their for-profit event. People were really angry at this.
Do you just keep it in Atlanta? Kind of like how Essence just keeps it in New Orleans? Yeah. Like, is it just one thing that it always stays there? Or do you say, you know what, we take it to another city?
Its home has been Atlanta for obviously for the 6 years. We flirted with the idea just because, the lack of support that we've gotten from the city of Atlanta has been, something that has been puzzling, but we come from grassroots, so we know how to build things from the ground up.
What is Atlanta not doing to make sure they're comfortable?
Atlanta's done nothing for us, and, it's an unfortunate situation, but it's one of these things. I think a lot of times when you're a black entrepreneur, a lot of things are just expected, like, oh, you got it, like, you good, or, and it's like if somebody else would come, like a Forbes or somebody like that, then they would roll out the red carpet and do everything, but this is good education because it's like when you work with a city, there's a budget and there's different things that they can do.
Subsidies, municipalities.
So they can help put up billboards. They can help be a liaison with the center. They can help with the police force. They can help with the budget. They can help with
transportation.
They can help with rooms at hotels. They can help with so many different things.
This was their first mistake. Now, we already covered the backlash extensively on this channel, so I'm not going to bore you guys with details again because we got a lot more things to discuss, but people felt this was audacious. They felt like this was really, really, really audacious. They felt like this was bold. Because if the event was free, if they was putting millions of dollars into this, and this was a free event to educate the community, that's one thing. But if you're charging hundreds and thousands of dollars for tickets, and you're doing this for profit, and you're making a boatload of money, then you asking the city of Atlanta to go ahead and give you taxpayers' funds for budgets, transportations, hotels, billboards to promote your for-profit event, people just felt like this was scummy. This was just nasty work. Now, EYL responded back before the event. However, their response didn't really help their situation at all.
I was going to take a different approach on this, but, there's a few people that I actually do listen to and I respect their opinion. And, a few of the OGs that I actually, they actually asked.
What they're calling.
They asked if it could be communicated in a very diplomatic way, and out of respect for my OGs, I said okay. I said okay.
I love it. Don't regress. I know you. Nope.
No, I'm not. But what I am going to say is this, though, right? All we did was just answer a question on somebody else's platform. We have our own platform that we can weaponize if we want to, but we haven't. So I don't want anybody to think that we're a victim because we haven't said anything. Like we only just said one thing and that just went viral on somebody else's platform. So I'm against black on black crime 100%. But I just don't want people to think that we can just get picked apart.
This was a big mistake. Now, obviously, I can't tell grown men how to react, but this was a mistake that missed the mark. This lacked complete self-awareness, right? You guys are multimillionaires asking people to fund y'all for-profit business so y'all can make more money. And people were saying, that's not fair. No, that's lame. And your response is to, one, send a slick threat to the commentators and the mayor and the people who are criticizing you guys and critiquing you guys, letting them know that you can also utilize your platform to go at them as well, right? And then even sounding like, oh yeah, my OGs told me not to go about it how I want to go, right? Just, it felt like slick threats. It felt like passive aggressiveness. It didn't feel like you guys really understood why people were upset, okay? Now, I'm not from Atlanta, right? So, right, like he's not playing with my tax dollars, right? So I don't have a personal connection to the story, but as an outsider, clearly they missed the mark. So what happened is, because of this response, there were hundreds of people who went to this event specifically to criticize it, right? And blast it online, and that's what took place. See, the event finally came around and it finally happened. And what happened was hundreds of videos began to surface calling this event a scam, saying it wasn't worth it, and saying these people have the audacity to ask for the city dollars when they're throwing an event that's essentially worthless and useless.
As a black man who's lived in Atlanta, Georgia for close to 17 years, especially I got my degree here, I have my family here, I made my money here, I've lost money here, I've gone through the ups and downs. I have never once thought about going to InvestFest. I've never thought about attending for several reasons, but I have always noticed the character of businesses that they choose to support. And as a person who pays Atlanta taxes, I have noticed they have never actually supported the city in a way that was meaningful, but yet asked for things like support from the city. And I think I always feel taken advantage of as a person who's come up and made my coins here in Atlanta myself, when businesses like Earn Your Leisure or businesses associated with Earn Your Leisure come to the city and try to run scams here and think just because it's a lot of black people, we won't discover what you're doing.
Grifters, scammers, and bad BBLs. I heard it all about InvestFest, and I'm here to tell you it's absolutely true.
Let's listen to this creator recount his experience at InvestFest and his overall experience with the whole business scene in Atlanta in general. And we're going to come back and we're going to discuss, what does this mean for Christians? Should Christians be frequenting these type of spaces? And how should we be moving in these type of spaces if we're going to move in them to begin with?
And overall, it was great networking. But at the end of the day, like I said in my Kendra G video, because she was also at InvestFest, you don't really know who does what for real. I mean, like, I'm somebody that if somebody talks to me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, I have a podcast. This is what I do. I'm showing you what I do. A lot of people are just telling you, honestly, you heard a lot of the same things. I invest in real estate. I invest in real estate. I invest in real estate. And I would have loved for somebody to be like, well, here's my portfolio. It just made me question, like, are you who you say you are? And everybody was somebody that knew somebody else. And that is exactly the Atlanta experience. You would never meet the person that's doing something. It's always they know somebody that's doing something. And based off of their name, you should expect I'm doing something because I shout out their name. And they probably pick up a pen for that person. So it was a lot of that going on as well. But that is the Atlanta experience. This is like people out here, very aspirational. You know, they're always looking for the next best thing. I can say that, but at the same time, you never really know who's doing what.
So I'm tired, but I am leaving InvestFest. I will say this. I stand by what I said with everything. I did another video about this. I think that whole notion of going on Charlemagne's thing and then like the retort from one of the other guys, I think Rashad, about we didn't mean this for the people of the city. I mean, you knew what you meant, right? Like, you said it boldly, said it broadly. Yes, you may have been talking about the city broadly, but like, people picked up on that, really, and right.
I don't know if InvestFest is a scam. People are saying you don't really learn anything, is an influencer thing. You know, there's no real information here. Now, I haven't been, so I can't tell you what it is, okay? Some people swear by it, some people don't like it. However, there was a lot of backlash, a lot of chatter, a lot of InvestFest is a scam hashtag going on this week. Now, the backlash was probably expected, right? People didn't like their statements on Breakfast Club. But here's where they messed up, and this is the most important part of the video, because you guys can learn a lot from this. These people was already getting backlash. It was already bad enough. However, their response to the backlash is why I think is over. It's going to be almost impossible for them to have this event next year in Atlanta. It's over with. And I don't think this is going to work in any other city, because Atlanta is a black hub. So their response to the backlash was essentially to disrespect black people who essentially made them millionaires, right? Now, if you have a problem with a few black folks who are criticizing your event, have at it. But if you have an event that's contingent on the support of black people, and then your response to people already canceling your event is the response that I'm about to show you, then you have a big problem on your hands. Because people ain't feeling this at all. They're undermining the black dollar. They're undermining the black spending power. They're undermining the black support they have received.
This was one thing, you know, one thing that you're going to notice, if you ever do anything for black people, you're going to get crucified. But it's a lot of love.
By non-black people that are paying black people to attack a black platform. It's a lot of that too, and we can't talk about it. I'm a marketing guy. I know when a paid campaign is being put together. This had as much talk as the NBA Finals.
We're seeing 30,000 people, let alone 30,000. But I'm not even on the black thing no more. I never was on the black thing. Not a black event. Because I seen somebody else had said that, like, it was white people. Yeah, they're qualified to be there. Like, what do you mean? Like, you think I'm going to cater just to black people just to get torn down by black people? You out of your mind. It's going to be even more white people next year. And Spanish and the Filipinos, of course. Like, I'm done. It's been real. Yeah. What y'all for what? The only thing you're gonna do is criticize it and tear it down. And not pay and want to get it for free anyway.
I understand where the frustration comes from. You know, when you build something significant, you're gonna get criticized, and believe me, the criticism can be exhausting. Sometimes the criticism can make you feel that the community that you serve the most doesn't appreciate what you did. So here's why I respectfully disagree. InvestFest is pretty much a black thing. It doesn't mean white people can't come. It doesn't mean Hispanics can't come. It doesn't mean the event can't eventually become global. But let's acknowledge the foundation. Look at the audience. Look at the culture. Look at Atlanta. When I went to InvestFest, I got mobbed by a bunch of black people. I didn't see a whole lot of white people in the room. Black people were the ones who bought those tickets. Black people.
This was like the worst decision you could have made in a situation like this. You're already being accused of essentially taking from the community and not really giving back as you should. You're already being accused of that. They're already accusing you of that. Then you proceed to essentially like reaffirm those suspicions by saying, man, we ain't never been for black folks. What? man, why would I ever build a business catered to black folks when they gon' do and tear da. When this clip hit the internet, people said, see, we told you, Armageddon begun. Because, InvestFest wouldn't be anything without black folks. White folks and Spanish folks and whoever ain't keeping the lights on at InvestFest. InvestFest is filled with like 95% black folks because black folks is who they cater to. Black folks is who's coming and spending their dollars with them. Black folks is who's paying them. Right? Because our community has been deprived for so long that any type of knowledge or dream is gonna be met with enthusiasm because these people just want a way out of their situation. So when you have a situation where black folks built this for you, black folks is the reason why you have this, and then you get success and you say, man, F black folks, man, I'm not worried about them no more. Man, they don't make me. It's just the wrong decision. First off, it's the wrong thing to do to be that ungrateful and unloyal to your own people. And then secondly, it's just a bad business decision. These people are 95% at your event. Now, what if those people say, you know what, like we're staying home. You think you about to fill up InvestFest with white folks and non-blacks? It's not gonna happen. Now, Dr. Boyce Watkins, like he responded back to what they had to say, and he really put it into perspective for him while not trying to really like down them, which I'll be real with y'all, I feel like, cause like that video and they posted with that in, it was titled, Our Last Response to the Haters. They're gonna be doing a response to that shortly. They're gonna be doing another apology, I can almost guarantee you.
People were the ones who shared the content. Black people helped to create the cultural momentum, the sign-off that elevated what they were doing. So you can't accept the support of a community and then disconnect when there's community accountability. When people promoted through a financial platform face credibility allegations of scam, fraud, and misconduct, that doesn't automatically mean InvestFest is responsible for another person's behavior. But it does create a legitimate conversation about vetting, accountability, and protecting the community. And so I would say the same thing about any community. I say that about myself. If you built something primarily through, say, the Jewish community, they're going to hold you accountable. If you build something through the Hispanic community, Hispanics will hold you accountable. So that's not necessarily hate. Sometimes that's what community looks like. We support you, we celebrate you, we make you rich, we defend you, but we're also going to challenge you. And because this isn't about really tearing down InvestFest, I want InvestFest to be very successful. You don't have to abandon the black community just because some black people criticize you. Black people come in all shapes and sizes because somebody's always going to dislike what you're doing. And the community that gave you your first shot is a community that always deserves a seat at the table. So I hope that Rashad was just speaking out of frustration. I don't believe that this is who he is. He's a very intelligent man, but this is not the right way to handle the criticism and take it from somebody. I'm OG with this. I've been doing the black wealth thing since 2006. I only got my finance PhD because I wanted to do this for black people. And I have been criticized like crazy. And sometimes it's because I messed up.
And I apologize. I'm sorry would have sufficed. But because they couldn't do that, now this brand they've been building up for the last, I don't know, decade or so, now it's pretty much over with. Right? Like, I don't know how you're going to overcome this. People online are already boycotting it for next year. They say that's their last response. They'll have an apology in a couple of days, man. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? All right, do you guys hold them accountable? Let me know. All right, if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out why this horrible podcaster lost all her fans after lying on an innocent man. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.